Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive from Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sarah. Today we're tackling two speakers that really catch the eye with their retro designs but promise very modern sound.
That's right. We're putting the JBL Authentics 500 head-to-head with the Marshall Stanmore III. We've got the details from their Amazon pages, so our mission is to unpack the key differences, the similarities, and, help you figure out which might be the better fit for you.
Sounds like a plan. Where should we start? JBL first.
Yeah, let's kick off with the JBL Authentics 500. First impression, visually, it's definitely got that kind of mid-century modern thing going on. Quite stylish.
It does, but under the hood, it's packing some serious power, 270 watts, 3.1 channels. It's quite substantial for a speaker this size.
And they're really pushing the audio tech with virtual Dolby Atmos. What does that actually mean for the listener?
Well, it's trying to create a more immersive sort of 3D soundscape. You won't get the same effect as, a full surround system with ceiling speakers, but it uses processing to give you a sense of height and width from just the front drivers. More spacious, maybe.
Okay, so aiming for a bigger sound than its size suggests, and it's clearly built for the connected home. Wi-Fi, Ethernet, Bluetooth.
Exactly. And built-in Alexa and Google Assistant, that makes it a proper smart speaker, not just Bluetooth. Having Wi-Fi and Ethernet is great for stability, especially for streaming higher quality audio, or using those voice assistants reliably.
Good point. And inputs. It looks pretty versatile.
Yeah, you get the standard 3.5 millimeter O jack, but also a USB-C port, which is definitely a modern touch. Covers quite a few bases there.
Useful. Now, what about playing music in multiple rooms?
It supports a multi-room playback, so if you have other compatible speakers, you can link them up through the JBL system to play the same music everywhere, synchronized.
Right. And I saw something about automatic self-tuning.
Right.
And a passive radiator.
Yeah, the self-tuning is pretty clever. It supposedly listens to the room it's in and tweaks the sound EQ automatically to compensate for, like, walls or furniture to give you the best sound wherever you put it.
Ah,
And the passive radiator, that's usually on the bottom or back, helps boost the bass response without needing a huge driver or port, gives it a bit more low-end punch.
makes sense.
Yeah.
They also mentioned it's made with eco-friendly materials, which is a nice touch.
Definitely. And it comes bundled with cables, USB-C, Ethernet, AUX, which saves you buying them separately. Always appreciated.
Okay, let's talk reviews. Now, there are only 2 ratings on the page you shared, but it gets 5 stars. One person called it excellent value for whole room hi-fi and near high-end audiophile sound. High praise.
Very high praise, yeah. But with only 2 reviews, it's hard to draw firm conclusions. Still, promising comments on the sound quality. The other review mentioned wishing for better connectivity with other JBL products, which might be something to keep in mind if you're already in the JBL ecosystem.
Right, a potential integration hiccup there. Okay, let's switch gears. The Marshall Stanmore III. Instantly recognizable, right?
Oh yeah, pure rock and roll, that iconic Marshall amp look, knobs on top, grill cloth, script logo. It's a statement piece.
Totally. And they say they've re-engineered it for a wider stereo soundstage this time around. What's the goal there?
Marshall sound is known for being quite direct, punchy, great for rock. Making the soundstage wider probably means they're trying to make it sound less like the audio is coming from a single box, spreading the instruments out a bit more for a more immersive feel, but still keeping that core Marshall character.
And they emphasize simplicity. Easy pairing, no complex setup.
Which is a big plus for a lot of people. They just want to connect via Bluetooth and play music quickly. And it uses Bluetooth 5.2, which is current tech, and they say it's ready for future Bluetooth updates too.
So, reasonably future-proofed on the wireless side.
Seems like it, yeah.
Marshall is also highlighting sustainability, PVC-free, 70% recycled plastic, vegan materials.
It's good to see both brands thinking about that. Seems to be a growing trend, which is great.
Connectivity here is a bit simpler than the JBL, right? Bluetooth 5.2 and a 3.5 millimeter input.
Yep, focuses on the essentials. No Wi-Fi, no built-in assistance, no USB-C or Ethernet. Just straightforward Bluetooth and the R input for wired sources.
But there's an app. What does that add?
Right, you don't need the app to use it, which is nice. But the app offers over-the-air firmware updates, so you can get improvements later. It also has some remote control functions and this placement correction feature.
Placement correction. Sounds similar to the JBL's self-tuning.
Kind of, yeah. It likely uses EQ settings in the app to help adjust the sound based on whether the speaker is near a wall or in a corner, trying to prevent, like, boomy bass. You probably adjust it manually in the app, though, rather than it being fully automatic like the JBL's described.
Gotcha. Now, reviews for the Stanmore 30, way more to go on here. Over 400 ratings, averaging 4.6 stars. What are people saying?
Very consistent praise. People love the sound quality. Huge, fantastic, clear, rich are words that pop up. And of course, they love the classic look.
Makes sense.
Easy setup, reliable Bluetooth, good value for money. Those are common themes too. The main downside mentioned is just that it needs to be plugged in. It's not a portable battery speaker.
Which is fair. It's positioned as a home speaker.
Exactly. Same as the JBL, really. Neither of these are designed to be carried around the park.
Okay, let's try and summarize the comparison then. Both have retro looks, but different flavors. JBL's more mid-century, Marshall's pure rock amp.
Right. And sound-wise, the JBL is pushing that immersive angle with virtual Dolby Atmos and its 3.1 channels. The Marshall focuses on its signature sound, now wider, known for being punchy and great for certain genres.
Then there are the smarts. JBL goes all in with Wi-Fi, Ethernet, built-in Alexa, and Google.
Whereas the Marshall sticks to Bluetooth primarily, but offers app enhancements like placement correction and updates. It's a simpler approach, perhaps.
Connectivity reflects that too. JBL gives you USB-C and Ethernet alongside Bluetooth and O. Marshall keeps it to Bluetooth and O.
And sustainability is a point for both, though Marshall details it a bit more specifically with the percentages.
Price is another factor. The JBL seems positioned a bit higher based on the listings.
Generally, yeah. You're likely paying a premium for those extra smart features and the Dolby Atmos processing in the JBL.
So let's boil it down for someone trying to choose. What's the core decision here?
I think it comes down to priorities. If you want a speaker that integrates deeply into your smart home, maybe you already use Alexa or Google Assistant a lot, and you like the idea of that virtual surround effect from Dolby Atmos, plus the flexibility of Wi-Fi and Ethernet.
Then the JBL Authentics 500 looks like the stronger contender for you.
Exactly. But if you prioritize that classic Marshall sound, that iconic rock aesthetic, and really value simple, solid Bluetooth performance without needing all the integrated smarts,
Then the Marshall Stanmore III seems like a really compelling option, especially if it comes in at a lower price. You still get app features like placement tweaking if you want them.
Precisely. Think about your setup. Do you need multi-room via Wi-Fi? Do you use voice assistants on your speakers? Or is it mainly about Bluetooth sound quality and design? The reviews suggest both deliver good audio, just with different feature sets and slightly different sound signatures.
Great summary. So, two excellent speakers, both nodding to the past but packed with current tech, just appealing to slightly different needs and tastes.
Well put.
All right, that wraps up our deep dive comparison. To find the latest prices and deals on either the JBL Authentics 500 or the Marshall Stanmore III, definitely check out the links we put in the description below.
And if you found this comparison helpful, we'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel Tech Talk Central for more tech breakdowns and insights.
Thanks for tuning in.